Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Black Ops 7. This video is a little bit different because this is not normally what I'll be uploading this time on Wednesday, but there's an explanation. One, I did not feel like recording Crisis today. And two, I didn't think I was going to be able to record Crisis today, so I'm recording this as opposed to it, because it's faster. To give you a brief rundown, obviously using the new AN-94, that dropped at the launch of season again? I forget. Season 4 reloaded? I don't know anymore.
Do not let up. Losing Bravo.
I think Season 4 reloaded? Yes, we are Season 4 reloaded, because next season's the final time. That's right. But yeah, we're on Season 4 reloaded. And, yeah, I basically will just kind of summarize like this. I obviously, up until recently, didn't have a job. Unfortunately, I didn't end up getting paid until, as we record this today. So my Game Pass subscription ended up running out, meaning I couldn't play games like DVD and this and Helldivers and stuff like that. I actually managed to get the Helldivers video right before Xbox finally said, okay, yeah, you've been playing long enough without actually having your payment be done. So they basically kind of kicked me off finally. But here we are, finally able to play games again, like COD and all that. I was actually expecting to be a lot later, given how they said I'd be getting paid on Friday, but no, apparently I'm good. I got paid today. Which I'm okay with. I won't complain. No complaints here.
Tally shock charge. Next patient. Securing zone on me.
UAV available for tasking.
Be locked down.
Moving with scout pulse.
But yeah, basically it's been a lot of stuff like that and just being stressed out because of work. I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm definitely not going to be sticking with this job for too long, just because I am absolutely miserable. But it's money on the table, it's money in my pocket, it's basically helping me make ends meet, and then once I feel comfortable, I'll probably do something else that's a little bit more my forte. I know it's not very professional of me, but it's like, I don't care. Man, I don't care. But yeah, also no politics. I am exhausted. I don't really want to care about setting it up. Plus, I have the window not open, but I have the sunshine coming in, so it would disrupt the model's tracking anyway.
Securing B. Locking down Bravo.
But yeah, it's been a interesting past couple days.
Bravo's secure.
I'm not saying this is gonna be a thing definitively, but I'm gonna be. My main reason for not really owning quote unquote BO7 is just because I don't care enough to want to own it properly.
I always get mine in the end.
Because I don't plan on turning off Game Pass anymore, because that's like, I think Game Pass is a good enough deal, given my, given what I use it for in the games that I play. I think it's a good enough deal. And even then, there's games that I own that are on Game Pass, like Witcher 3, both the Star Wars Jedi games, trying to think off the top of my head more, like Skyrim and Fallout 4. I own those. I can play those without Game Pass. So it's like, it's not a big deal, but it's like, sometimes it's like Star Wars Outlaws, so I own a physical copy of that. It's just, I'm too lazy to get it out of the box. Same with Skyrim. But I'm just like, hey, it's just more convenient for the sake of I don't have to worry about putting a disc in and worrying about that, so. Yeah, I'm gonna actually do something I don't normally do. This is for the comment section of the one person who may watch the video. What games have you been playing? Because I've been trying to dip my toes into other things that I've been playing. I've been obviously playing a lot of stuff that you're like, I've been debating on doing a video on it, because some of those games I really like, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know how I would do a video on it. Because one, I've already started my game, I've already started my island, and it's like, I'm like 20-something days in, so it'd be kind of weird to do that, like have it be effectively the same island, and doing a video on it, but it's also like, sometimes funny stuff can happen, so who knows, maybe I'll do something with it. Obviously, I've been branching out in terms of my own personal stuff. I'm trying to play a lot more single-player games, just because, again, it's like, I need more single-player games to play that aren't on camera. Obviously, I've been doing my normal go-tos of Fallout, Skyrim, those types of things. As for games like Pokemon that I normally would do, I do have plans to cover them, to finish ZA and obviously BSP. Hopefully BSP will be done this year. ZA, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a little longer just because of the DLC being as long as it is. But because we have, like, I think 1 or 2 videos of the post-game we need to do. I'm also going to I'm always hearing that I'm fucking in-game, so. But there's, like, a couple of videos of the post-game nice for me to do, which I do plan on doing.
Bravo zone secure.
Hello, thank you for flanking, good lord. But yeah. Let me know what you guys have been playing. Obviously, I've been doing the go-to of Rivals and Overwatch occasionally too. Helldivers have been kind of getting back into, which is nice, because they actually just did another big, major content update. There's like a big campaign going on right now to take, like, do this, I didn't go into the details, but it's more terminated elimination, which is nice, because that's what we here, my friend group love to kill, is those damn bugs. Obviously, D2, been playing that a lot, because I've actually been enjoying the final update. Trying to wane myself off a little bit so I don't get too burned out. Trying to do stuff like at least my weeklies and other things like that. And then obviously occasionally doing things with group and things like that. As much as I do love doing raids, I'm not much of a big raider anymore just because I never had the team or the patience for it. And again, like the past 3 raids, that being Desert Vegetable, both versions, and Crota's End, and some of that have been very anti-help, or like not noob friendly, but they've been very, very difficult for some reason. I'm not a massive fan of that. I'm not just saying that I suck, I do. But it's also just been, generally, they seem harder than I feel like they should be for some reason. Good lord, the thing is, it doesn't help they're using that skin in particular, because I don't like people who use that. They all play like scumbags. I know it's not just because the character's black, it has nothing to do with that. Completely different thing. If you're gonna try and draw that conclusion, listen, I'm Hispanic, okay? I'm the last person who's gonna be making fun of something like that, or doing something like that.
Track and mover.
Damn. I was really hoping that person wouldn't see me, but they did.
We're losing Charlie.
Stun
Hostile
throw.
UAV established above. Hostile counter UAV above.
Objective
Bravo
captures
capture
underway.
They are taking
Engaging hostile.
Oh, I probably could have gotten a double there if I just was a little bit more consistent with my aim. Oop, lag.
We lost the lead. All zones lost. Rally on mark
Go me.
forward. Taking A.
As for DBD, I have been... Hello. I do have plans to do at least a DVD video hopefully this week. It's just obviously with work. I'm going to be dead tired every single time I come home because I work 7:30 to like a little bit after noon time. So I'm working like 6 hours or more. So I am exhausted whenever I go to work. Whenever I come home from work. So I'll probably be a lot more lower energy. It's like I am. Although I'd say I'm around about the same energy. I did go out to eat and do all that today with my lovely fiance. So. Definitely not all of that bad, but on other days where maybe we don't do that, I might be a little bit lower energies, and if that is the case, I apologize. Or I apologize.
Semtex front.
Hostile
Target
UAV
removed.
established above.
Scout pulse ready.
B locked down.
Moving scout pulse.
Hostile care package above.
Standing by.
Yeah, they're probably in a party.
Requesting UAV on station.
UAV in the turn. Reporting hostile contact.
Fortunate timing to start cooking that grenade. I swear, HUD timing for me is like a constant problem.
UAV fuel check 50%.
People are using the NPC like crazy. I'm not really necessarily judging, but like, good lord, it feels like BO2 all over again. I know that's always going to be the case. It's COD, right? There's always going to be people using the same gun because it's very, very good.
Captures underway.
And all that,
Locking
but...
down Charlie. Enemy UAV detected.
Incoming frag. Semtex front.
Bravo is out.
it still kind of annoys me whenever it's like the same 3 or 4 weapons in a single match. I will say, I appreciate the fact that we're seeing like the Kogot and like I'm seeing some Kodas in the X9 Maverick. I'm pretty sure just get a little bit of a small buff, so I'm actually quite appreciative.
Found you.
Also, we also need to really get some more niche weapons in this, into this game, because it's a lot of ARs, SMGs. We've gotten like 1 new LMG. We've gotten the 1911 pistol as our only new pistol. We've gotten like 3 SMGs, like 4 or 5 SMGs. We've gotten 2 snipers, which is better than normal. But like, and we've also gotten quite a few melee weapons and like 4 special weapons around now. So like, can we get like some more, like, can we get like a new shotgun or something? I say that, and I think shotguns are very cheesy, so like I understand why they don't normally do it. But, like, come on, guys. Not a lot of stuff jumping gamers. I'm not saying that they all are, but you can tell when someone is and when someone isn't. God, why is Dave Chappelle in this game? Not that it's nothing against people playing as him. It's more or less the person himself. That's why I don't like people who use Dave Chappelle as a skin, because it's like, oh great, you're playing as an awful person. Clear on flip mag. Not too good on the new attachment front. But you know what's coming up next. It's time for zombies. I will see you guys in a moment with that. Alright, so I'm doing something I have been doing a lot more, which is actually start playing from the start of the zombies match. And that's because, one, also this camo is from the leaderboard event, which I do like how they've redone it. If they're going to do a leaderboard event in the future, please do them like this. This is the best way of doing them. Basically, the way they work is now they're in 3-hour intervals. And they get like an hour break in between each one. And every time you complete a leaderboard, you get the rewards from the position you place, but that doesn't mean you're locked out of the other rewards that you didn't get. So, for example, this is for getting top 5. If you, for some reason, don't get top 5, you get top 10, you get all the rewards that you would normally get. But if in the next leaderboard you get first, you can then get this camo and the gobble gum and all that stuff. So it's like, it's a lot more engagement friendly, I would say. In fact, right now, is there a leaderboard going? Or is it over? I think it's over. I definitely like the way they did this. This is much better and a lot more user-friendly. The Easter egg, actually, on this, I'm going to not talk about it too much. Because that's a whole can of worms. But believe me, I have seen it. I'm aware of it. I probably won't talk about it ever, realistically, because I don't want to get involved with something that I'm not saying I'm not a part of the zombies community, but I've been very much alienated by most of the zombies community outside of the friend group that I have, so it's like I am very much not one to talk when it comes to issues in this game, but just know I have seen it and I'm not happy about how this Easter egg hunt ended, given how long it took us for us to solve. That being said, from what I've seen from guides, I basically got all the way up to the boss fight. That's usually how I do guides. I usually follow guides to the boss fight, and then from there I figure everything else out on my own. So don't get me wrong, I like doing Easter eggs blind. I like doing the first map playthrough blind and seeing what I can figure out on my own. From what I've kind of gathered, this is not the Easter egg that is possible blind, how convoluted it is. So that's what I've been told, and that's what I did. So I looked at a guide, and it seems reasonable. But that being said, I am very happy with how this map has so far kind of been turning out. It seems like there's a lot of kind of unique things going on. The story seems to be very superb, and most importantly, from what I've been hearing from a lot of people, is the overall map feels very almost classic BO3 or BO4 era, which is nice. I heard the Easter egg is probably the most convoluted part of the boss fight easy, so I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. Because I'm a very big fan of Easter eggs that don't make it feel like you're fighting a goddamn Destiny boss. I mean that in like the sense of raid, not necessarily just a strike boss. Because, don't get me wrong, I think fights like Caltheris are fun. But I still think it's a bit much. Even Calderis is like the fact that Calderis is easier if you basically spam every single gobblegum you own at her, and it makes it bearable. And again, that took me like 50-something attempts. But then, like, obviously, Totenreich and Paradox took me 1 boss fight attempt, 2 attempts for Totenreich. So I ended up dying because I didn't know how to activate the boss fight, which is kind of funny. I genuinely just didn't know where to activate it, so that's kind of the reason why I said I did Totenreich on my first attempt, because I didn't know where to activate the boss fight was, and I had to look it up. So I feel bad, but I did not necessarily figure it out all on my own, but I did get a couple hits from people that I was playing with. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's going to basically be the same thing here, as I'm going to be doing the guide up until basically the boss fight, and then figure out the boss fight from there, and then you'll get my reaction hopefully next week. I'm going to try and be doing that on my days off. Unfortunately, I do have to go to bed early, because I'm going to have to wake up at 7:30, and I am not a morning person. And I'm a very heavy sleeper, so that's also fun. That being said,
One shot to the brain, and suddenly everyone is a volcano.
We're gonna head out now. I usually like to build points here until around 6, and then leave.
Shogun was a great man. If only he had also been as great a father. No, this is not the time for such introspection.
And also, yes, I will be doing a guide on this thing here. It's, again, part of the reason why I haven't has been because of not only just upload speed, but also because of things like, I don't know, internet. The course of the internet here is not great, and I have to deal with Spectrum. And I'm not the account holder, so they won't even answer to me anyway. So, yeah, I'm dealing with that. But I should have that short up at some point. I feel bad that I haven't really been doing shorts, but it's a mixture of I just moved, and I obviously can't stream, and that's what usually what I was doing for shorts was stuff like stream content. I guess I have a couple TikToks on backlog that I could probably repost, even the music may not fit work, but whatever. Nope. And I will say, a lot of people are kind of complaining about the defense rounds. I am going to say something that's going to be probably kind of controversial. I like the defense rounds. Why, you might ask? Simple. It's different. It breaks with the monotony of it being an average max ammo round. It's different enough that I don't feel like it kind of overstays its welcome. And don't get me wrong, I will say this, it's obviously not easy, or it's not hard. It's one of those things where I've had a couple times where I failed the first section and had to basically fall back to this part. And it is kind of challenging if you're not fully, like, if you're not equipped for it and you don't go in and you're not locked in. Like, it can, I've never failed it, mind you, but you can kind of get unlucky and get some really bad ammo spawns or, like, something like that. And also, I will say this is another thing related to the quality of the map. Some of the bugs that have come with this map, oh boy. Like drop cycling basically being dead because you basically only get 1 cycle of drops and they don't spawn anymore. Tent path being broken. Save and quit basically. Sometimes if you're doing like a civic strap where you keep a certain door closed and save and quit reopening all the doors. But yeah, there's bugs. And they're gonna get ironed out over the next couple weeks probably. But it's still one of those things like yeesh. And plus the whole directed mode file being in the game and all that thing. Which again leads into the whole conversation about the Easter egg hunt. Not going to get involved. The reason why I don't do those anymore. In terms of like doing them day one. There's a reason why. And it's not just, and it is mostly just because I have a job. That's mostly the reason. But other reasons obviously are I don't like doing them because it's like day one raids. They're just, it's basically just a bunch of people with hot egos wanting to do something that other people can't because, oh, I'm better than you all the time. That's why I do things blind. There's a reason. Adds to the fun. But yeah, expect a DVD video, hopefully either later this week when I have time and I'm not exhausted, or yeah, I would expect that. The short for the new song should be going up. It would probably be Wednesday. I'm late, I know, but unfortunately that's just how it would be. Also, yeah, I did get the access because you get these and the AN-94 from the Uncaged event. And because I usually skip Black Sox, I consider that this is my purchase of the game type transaction, and I do it. And plus, it's what's the season, I just use whatever COD points are left over for whatever I feel like I want to get. And since I got the COD points from that, I'm like, oh hey, you know what, I'll use it on this, because I have no other reason, I have nothing else I'm going to use it on. Just the levels are getting kind of lackluster in a lot of ways for me, so. I need to buy ammo again. This thing has, like, not enough bullets, it feels like. I say that exactly. It has not enough. Playing
When they try to stand in my way, I will not be thwarted.
What's really saying, this movie feels like it has so much more health in comparison to, like, the others that you get throughout the game. Also, fun fact. He took her.
Your suffering is my reward.
It's the World Sea! You've heard of it, right? I think you need to feed the sea. It's not a cup. It lives in the water. I must claim it.
The aggrieved Nokinsta 260.
But it might get much worse.
60 bullets, alright. Also, yes, if you're curious, the AN-94 does have hyper burst if you put on select fire.
What have you done with my katana?
Yeah, that is the AN-94. I really am kind of curious. Obviously, I'm not the DPS person. Not one to tell you if it's good or not. This thing already is kind of like very stable, so it's like, oh my god, this thing feels good. It feels very BO2, and I like that. But if you want to kind of get your fix for if this thing is good inside of a boss fight or something, you obviously know who to go to at this point, I feel like. But I'm also one to kind of say, like, hey, just because something isn't necessarily great, it doesn't mean it's not useful. Like, here's the thing. I use the DS20, the Mirage, one of the AR with, like, the underburst grenade launcher, or like, the built-in grenade launcher. I used that for Paradox, and it served me very well, but then I used the Boyac for a different flavor, I think I did it for not for directive, something else, I think. I did for, like, a rerun of it at one point. I was like, oh, damn, yeah, this thing's much better. I did the Boyac, obviously, for, Totenreich, but I might use this for, this map. Also, this is easily probably my new favorite back camo, if not for the curse camos. But, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, be sure to like, subscribe, and thumbs up. Price 2 should return next week. I should have a new series going up on Sundays, hopefully, with me having a job. Obviously, it's a little harder to get stuff up, but I'm going to do my best. And again, apologies for missing an upload last week. Blame exhaustion and generally trying to take care of my fiance who has a rotator cuff issue. It was originally a dislocation, but it has evolved into a dislocator cuff, or rotator cuff. So, yeah. Wish us luck in dealing with that, and I'll see you guys next time. Everybody, stay safe. It's kind of a thing. It's like the purple tree all over again. Oh, good. Well, that's embarrassing.